And we kind of need to do it with Frank. Otherwise we don't have a claim. Mako is swayed. In fact, why am I swaying just a random person? I should be swaying the Riksgodai. Because then I can make more money from the temples we have. Is there any benefit to move capital to a de jure capital county? The main benefit is you do get a bonus to development growth. So moving your capital will let your development go faster. Actually, is there? I'm not sure about that now. Rome capital is the holding where a ruler and their court resides, holding a tax bonus. Oh, that's what it is. And is always inherited by the primary heir. Well, no, it's not. No, it definitely isn't. That just lies. But yeah, it's mostly the tax bonus. Rome capital +1. So you probably want it in somewhere with high development, because development is a tax modifier. It's a percentage buff. Yeah, at one point, this branch of this dynasty were the rulers of Sweden, Frisia, and Gardariki, which is Novgorod. Sweden, since, has gone to one of our dynasty members. Who are you? My cousin. But Gardariki was lost to the ravages of the pagans. Not the pagans, the infidels. Heretics, heathens. All the other religious bad words. If you taken prisoner. Speaking of prisoners, can we ransom anyone? No. Are you never going to accept? You're never going to accept, so we may as well just release you. And Count Julva. You're just never going to get the money. Pay me what you can. I'll let you go. Same thing with you. Oh, actually. Denmark's quite wealthy, so you can definitely pay. Then Ingitude, you're refusing conversion, aren't you? Yeah, so we're not letting you go. The worst kind of people. The ones who aren't us! Exactly. And there we go. Faster tyranny reduction is a go. Old Österos in Prussia. Fricking Prussia! Stop it! Kind of want them to take these two, although we would get Novgorod. And then we would need to do a war against Finland. In fact, would Finland be... No, it wouldn't be easier. And that would just get us Sukhov. Get those two, we'll get that, and we would need to fight against Sweden to get this. I mean, we have the claim, so we probably could. In fact, we definitely can. Are my claims pressed? No, it's unpressed. How's my health? Probably fine. Yeah, it's fine. I feel like I should probably do that sooner rather than later. Lively livestock. As additional payment in a recent trade, I find myself in possession of a large herd of cattle. 79% chance of making the livestock herd even bigger. And then Holland will get a 20% development bonus for 15 years. Successful. Holland's now a 21 dev. I forgot to change my fascination. That was a mistake. Because manorialism is probably the least useful. Bailiffs isn't great. That one's not great. It's probably battlements so we can get the keeps. It's the battlements. That also reduces the maintenance of men-at-arms. And middle... No, there was... Wasn't there somewhere with a level 2 ship? No, they all have it. And yeah, you're waiting for this Grand Temple. Oh, it's only 850. Right, I'm an architect. I need to do it with you. Too many things I want to do now. Too many things. Yeah, mangonels would be nice as well, but we have been fighting a bit more defensively. New temples established. Okay, it's not that. Penty, Suede. Now, how much would you be to bribe? 50. You would gain 14 relations, which isn't quite enough. We'll just keep swaying you. Brugge has finally converted. Excellent. Is there anyone else that needs to convert? Who else are heathens? Antwerpen does. And Bologna. Let's do Bologna first. Anthrax can have a guardian. So, what does Anthrax do? Learning. Okay. Which is actually the king. The king does good learning. So, we shall pick him. Or the Riksgodai. Actually, the Riksgodai is astute intellectual. He'd probably give a better education. Honest, shy, paranoid versus temperate, wrathful, and cynical. Making Anthrax smarter instead of more deadly. I mean, this Anthrax is not very deadly. I mean, for a 6-year-old with 9 prowess, she's pretty deadly. But in terms of, like, the bigger picture, not so much. Missing a counselor? No, that's the Guardian. I have a mod which pops up more stuff, more notification flags, like Guardians can be assigned. I hate the fact it's hidden in issues. I always miss it. So it just uses the same icons because that's where the art is. That's what they are art for. Borzislav probably has a better overall picture. So yeah, we'll send it to you. That's fine. Anyone with a link to that mod? I can give you one. This one's on the workshop. This one's a bit easier to find. Subscribed items. Expanded alerts. That's the one. Up to the task. Some of my councillors believe the job is theirs by right of blood or influence alone. How wrong they are. I expect results, yet I am often disappointed. After a long day, I am complaining to Borislav when he interrupts me. Let me do something about it, wife. A few lessons might sharpen their wits. That's true, especially in learning. So Riksgodai will dislike it. Do any of you appreciate this? No, you're all insulted by this fact. So Birgitta isn't actually a vassal. So you being pissed off reflects least bad. Also gives me more troops, so that's the most good. Do we still have no powerful vassals? No. Now we have 5 powerful vassals, because of course we do. Including a Hofgodai. Which I'm guessing we can turn into a Riksgodai. In 2 years. So, let's see. What are you guys good at? I mean, Avant-Garde is actually a really good marshal. Or Avant-Garde, rather, not Avant-Garde. Do we have a steward? No. You all are absolutely freaking awful at stewarding. However, Hofgodai Snorri is passable at... Actually, you're a Hofgodai. I don't really care about Hofgodai. The Jarl I do. So you need a job of some kind. You are a fortune builder. Yaroslav Mordling. Hello, Mordling. It's just that Sverker is quite a lot better at his job than you are. But if I keep you contented, then you're less likely to rise up against me. This is going to reduce my income, however. Eh, fine. Sorry, Sverker. In fact, kind of curious, who actually pays me the most of the vassals? Sverker does, of course he does. And then Snorri. Like, the actual Jarls pay me almost nothing. Interesting. She's young, she will get better, yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Especially because I think they do get events if they're the administrator, the councillor. Task finished. You were already converting. Just double checking, yes. You're doing that. You are doing that, which is important, and then you're organising the levies, which is also important. Although, actually, at this point, training commanders is more useful because you're more likely to find people who can fight good. Is the control level 1 or 2? Oh, you mean the authority? It's level 3. We have high. And we could actually do this in 7 years. Go to absolute. Like, Queen Frank has been on the throne for quite a long time at this point. The long reign is definitely going to be helping to counter some of the negatives that we have gained. I hereby invite you to a feast at my court in Loven. Sure. It'll be my pleasure. We do have ritual celebrations. Every guest is gathered in the Great Hall, and your gracious host, Jarl Gida, has welcomed us all to the feast. This better be worth it. As one plate of food is replaced by the next, my vassal Katarina goes on and on about investment opportunities. You are a countess, and you are not my vassal, so I don't really care about your opinion. So getting the diplomacy and learning buff would be good. And we can also knock her out because we're irritable. For massive stress reduction. I have a lot of stress. Oh, shut up, you idiot. Poof. Mutual spirits. What started as an ordinary feast became an exceptional one thanks to the presence of Jarl Gida. We spoke all evening about all manner of subjects, and as things would seem, it seems we have a lot in common. I had a good time with her. Awesome. That is good, because she's a Jarl. And now we're positive. Frogger Pirate is the new heir again. Okay. Commander significantly improved. Katarina gained Reckless. Child benefits from spouse's tutelage. Awesome. In awe, after having spoken over dinner for a while, Countess Katarina leans over to me and says that she finds it impressive how knowledgeable I am about many different things. She recognizes true intellect. She's really wining and dining me here. This is interesting. What a feast! I'll remember the day spent in Jarl Gida's halls for a long time to come. Now it's time to wash off the traces of merriment and wine and once more resume my duties as the Lady of the Realm. I lose another 28 stress and gain opinion with Gida for a long time. Farewell, Steward. You did remarkably well. And actually raised our relations remarkably. Okay, I don't hate you as much. You get one pass when it comes to my knocking someone out. How bad can stress really be? Pretty bad. How old is Queen Frank now? Queen Frank is now 52. Toe the line. All vassals are now less likely to join independence factions. Boom. And then with that, I think that we are now... Ooh, maybe not. Oh, lower crown authority. That's a lot of people joining. Yeah, and we're here. Okay. I do have an awful lot of money. So the first thing I'm going to do is raise my armies, because I will not be blackmailed. Liberty faction joins a war. So who's in it? And don't tell me my new bestie. My new bestie is. Oh no, she's not. That was Gida. No, she's not in it. None of them... Oh yeah, a couple of them hate me. But this is okay, because this is going to be an opportunity to replace a bunch of these. So we do have the Jarl of Lower Lorraine. They're quite powerful. County of Waldeck. Jarl of Helra. That's powerful. Although I think they may be having their own problems right now. Jarldom of Utrecht. Actually, none of you have a massive number of soldiers. With the exception of Tecklenburg. Lower Lorraine and Tecklenburg are actually the most dangerous here. And I guess Frisia. I will not be threatened. Have you seen how I deal with my enemies? Silly. Very silly. I'm getting my safety hat. Need a safety hat for this. Arrgh. Rally the troops. War! We're going to war! Alright, 7 days left on that. We can imprison a bunch of bad people. One of those. We are going to need a lot of new councillors and also a potentially better commander. And we could also call in allies. Because we have a lot of dynasty members. Yeah, can I ransom you? 31 ducats. Out of the 125 it's worth. Oh, I could call in Visby. Interesting. Oh, Duke Dyer finally died. And because he was a duke, all the other duchies split out as well. Yeah, you only have 400 men now. And these are all going to be Mordlings as well. Okay. Denmark isn't a Mordling. Visby's not worth. Holmfrid of Sweden is. No, you have your own problems. Wolgast, too far away. Gotland, no. You know what, I think I can probably deal with this on my own. Like, if I absolutely have to, I'll call some of you in. And then we also need new councillors, including a new marshal. Which would be Birgitta, I believe. And now I'm going to say, I want some better fighters. Now, did we lose any other champions? Yes. Merge you together. And then we can go down to the Barony of Utrecht, although I don't think that Utrecht is actually the danger zone. Although, what's Utrecht fighting? Just me. Okay, so Utrecht is a danger zone. Battle is joined, we win. So this is 2,500 versus 5,000. Okay. Now most of the really skilled generals are already dead. So I don't think I necessarily want to fight sieges yet, because I'm going to need the manpower for this. What we're going to want to... No, that's going to be taking a lot of attrition to get over there. What we're going to want to do is kill their armies. Piecemeal if we can. Something like this. And if we can get them to go to sea, even better. War declared. The county of Hainaut. Yeah, this is where all the vultures circling start to do their thing. Renewal of patronage. After 5 years, the funds I set aside for the patronage of my natural philosopher Bertie have run out. I can now choose whether or not to renew my patronage for another 5 years, or let him go. We can give him a bonus. Oh, that just makes him like me more. I don't really care about that. Extend for another term. 120 ducats. Sure. We have our entire army raised, and I'm still making money. Divide and conquer. Duke Goigus has been actively supporting Jarl Grima and her Liberty faction. However, my husband has a plan to change that. Trust me, the things I could tell Duke Goigus would make him disavow Grima in an instant. Make sure he never supports Grima again. Or could you make me look like the better choice? Goigus has Julich, which is only 200 men. And you are already in this fight, so I'm not... Yeah, if you just leave the Liberty faction, I don't think I'm fighting you anymore. There's one less. Yeah, we could do mercenaries, but I'd rather wait until we actually need them. Now, what's the war goal? Held objectives. Yeah, but what are the objectives? I'm guessing it's just towns and stuff held. Oh, we got another 700 men. Yeah, I'm probably going to need those. Oh, don't go that way. Go this way. We'll meet here in Amsterdam. You pull back, just in case they come for Amsterdam. Because I have a feeling they're going to need to take the capital. Finnish culture. A commoner of Finnish heritage has been accosted in the streets of Amsterdam over some minor offence. By taking a statement in their defence, I could perhaps convince Riksgård Pentti, the equally Finnish, of my good character. Finns are good people. Because I would like Pentti to support me a little bit harder, because that'll get the temples on my side. Rumour and speculation. My husband gets to hear many things during his comings and goings at court. Lately, he's heard some interesting stories about what my vassal Count Tyke does in the shadows. Very interesting to know. Very interesting to know indeed. Whose side's Tyke on? Tyke's fighting me. So I can take Tecklenburg off of him. I don't know if that immediately pieces him out. It does. Okay. Well, that's one of their biggest supporters gone. Just made him completely illegitimate, and suddenly the armies are much closer in strength. And yeah, they're coming for Amsterdam, so I'm going to go and fight them, especially if it's just this one army. Because they have done a terrible job of merging their forces. Hook gained. We gained a favour on you. Have we indeed? Oh, you I can't revoke. making a run for it. Are you going to make it successful? Wait, excuse me? Oh, we're not in the same province. We're next door. When do you leave? I arrive in 7 days. You arrive in 15. How was that not a battle? God damn it. That will be. Will be an even one. Who's in charge? This is Birgitta, who is a sieger. You would be better. You're also very cheap. Let's put you in command. Welcome to the army. Now please lead it. Lead it to glory. So we have a -8 because apparently Orangard is slightly better. They have 500 light footmen who are going to be countering my heavy footmen. And 100 pikemen who are being mostly countered by my heavy foot. We're on a -8, but we do outnumber them. We also have 10 champions versus 10 champions. I'm winning, but this has not been good. Because they keep on getting better rolls. Stop that. And smashed. Alright, I'm going to head back over here. Try and intercept them. Or them. And you're going to have a disembark penalty. I'll go there. Am I going to take attrition again? No. No, I'm not. Right, victory. We lost 22, they lost 124. Our champion quality is pretty good. Ah, so is theirs. Victory. We did lose our champion, so did they. They do have some very good champions, unfortunately. And this time they lost another one. Cool. Council position. We need a new steward. Which I think has basically got to be Sverker. Sign you. He's back. Oh, and you've stopped supporting. Why? Worth 50 ducats. Probably. Yes, we're at war. I need the temple's assets for this. That's 4,000 troops. Bar claim in the county of Hainaut. Huh. I mean, if you take it, I'll just take it right back off of you after this war. I'm going to make you fight for it, though. You know what? Let's go and take Groningen. We need to start sieging something.